Welcome back to the DRL Summer Series, where the second race of this 8-race circuit takes us to the Darlington Raceway. Built in 1950 and has been hosting races for a long time ever since on this very unique track layout. And the DRL Summer Series comes here for the third year in a row to kick off the DRL Southern 500. Welcome back, I'm Logan, and today I'm joined by Andrew for his first call of the season after Coca-Cola was just over a month ago. We did a bit of an IndyCar with this one, and the opener happened to be quite a ways before the second race, but it's why we got all summer to do this series, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens today and the rest of the year, as it's only the second race. So the points are all based off of what happened at Daytona and at Coca-Cola. My bad. Coca-Cola was the opener, and we saw Leonard Kochmer take home the win in the number 3. Now, he's starting rather deep in the field here today, and that's not generally where you want to be from Darlington. You want to be up front and on that inside lane, which you're going to see right off the start will be very important. So, without much further ado, let's get these cars rolling off the pit lane and see how they go green here at Darlington. So, cars are rolling, and with that, the pole sitter for tonight's DRL Southern 500 is the 23 of Titan Nicholas, winner at Indianapolis 2 years ago. He did not take home a win last year, but was up top 10 in points by the end of the season, and we'll see what he has in store for us today. Alongside him, the 56 of Anthony Rodriguez, who was the leader coming to the final restart and the white flag at Coca-Cola last time out, but could not get the job done. He finished 4th there. We'll see if he can do 3 better. In the 3rd spot, Matthew Hubert, alongside Matt Tuck in the 19, complete the 2nd row, and then teammates on the 3rd row, Will Parrish and Derek McLean. Then the 35 of Skylar Taylor rolls off in the 7th spot alongside defending champion Bradley Ream, and then rounding out the top 10, Dylan Matthews and the 97 of Ryan Durrani, as the field starts to come into turns 3 and 4 now. Pace car pulling off ahead down the awkward pit lane here at Darlington, which may come into play, depends on how these guys, how the race plays out. We'll just have to see. But it should be, hopefully, an all-green race for this 37-lap affair, and it's going to be up to Titan Nicholas to get us underway. Green flag is about to fly here in the DRL Southern 500. We're racing at Darlington. And off of turn number 4, Titan Nicholas has a really, really nice sized gap over Matthew Hubert already, 0.4 of a second, and 4 or 5 car lengths in just 1 lap. As you see Anthony Rodriguez dropping back on that outside from the outside pole starting position. Dylan Matthews, who started 9th, is already getting into the top 5 around this 56 car, so you can see just how well that inside lane worked. As the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th place starters are all top 5 now. And it looks like Matt Tuck going to start to settle into 6th here. Lap number 3 now, as Hubert starts to get up to the task of reeling back in Titan Nicholas.
Nicholas has a sizable advantage down the back stretch, and it looks like he could the inside for 2nd place. Never mind. On Hubert down the front stretch. Lopez looking for help from behind. Not quite powerful compared to the inside.
Yeah, coming off of turn 4, you want to be on that outside to defend. And Will Parrish, you saw, had to tuck back in to make sure that Skylar Taylor couldn't get around him. And Taylor's going to have to deal with Matthews now to the inside, but they all stay in a single file line here coming off of turn number 4 once again. He's Leonard Kochmer getting to the inside of Bradley Ream here for what I believe is already outside the top 10. As we had to go back quite a few spots for that. Ream has fallen back off of the start of this one. And Derek McLean's going to get around him in the 25 as well. That's all back in around the 11th, 12th, and 13th positions, and he's getting joined by his teammate, 17, of David Dixon, who's going to try and look to his inside now, but Bream is getting absolutely hung out to dry in that outside lane. He's fallen back quickly. Not a good run for our defending champion. He had a good run at Daytona, or at Coca-Cola as well. But Titan Nicholas, however, keeping his good run going. He's led all 5 laps so far. But Matthew Hubert is just starting to reel him back in.
Titan Nicholas still out front, leading us into lap number 7. Hubert right to the back bumper now, followed by Will Parrish. These 3 have just the gap over the field right now, but they're still keeping it single file, trying to maintain pace for now. Early stages in this race.
Yeah, still 30 laps to go after they cross the line this time. Matthew Hubert just trying to form a run to slingshot past Titan Nicholas. He can't find it yet. Parrish is still right there to pounce if anything goes wrong for these two. Dylan Matthews, Matt Tuck, and the 34 of Zachary Fitzwater make up this lead group. They've all pulled away from the 5. That's being Reggie Fogelman, who is running all by himself, and then back to Rodriguez in 8th, then 31 of Angel Gutierrez back in 9th, and Derek McLean is broken into the top 10 now, so not much action early on here at Darlington in the DRL Southern 500. Closest side-by-side is back of Mikey Fox, who finished on the podium at Coca-Cola to open the season up. They're all still going around. Now the 35 is Skylar Taylor, who we saw in the top 5 early on. But to the inside now, looking for the 8th spot. This is the 31 of Gutierrez to the inside of Rodriguez. They're going to be side-by-side coming off of turn number 4.
Rodriguez has really fallen back. He started 2nd place now, already outside the top 10, and continues to fall back. I mean, it's just been impressive the way that he's fallen off compared to the Pulsar.
Yeah, also getting by David Dixon in the 17, got past his teammate earlier. Then the 26 of Drew Webb starting to make his way up towards the top 10, as well as, I believe this is the 9 of Bernardo de Oliveira. All trying to make their way slowly and surely up towards the top 10 and get a shot at one of these leaders. But we just saw Titan Nicholas getting passed for 6th there. And a battle for the lead now between Hubert and Parrish. Hubert's got the outside. He's going to try and defend that spot from Parrish, who's trying to take it away and just keep his car under enough to get to turn 1. Hubert's going to have a run off of the turn, but Parrish is still right there, and he's going to go right by the 4, heading into turn number 1. Matt Tuck is still right there. He's going to take 2nd, as well as Fitzwater, Matthews, Fogelman, and Nicholas all follow in behind.
Parrish definitely got a lot of help from Matt Tuck on that one. He was just going back. Massive push to the front. He's out now by a considerable gap. I'd say 4 or 5 car lengths at this point, leading us into lap number 13. It's Will Parrish over Matt Tuck.
Parrish still trying to get his first win in this series. He was so close at Texas last year. He had a really good run at Coca-Cola to open the season up, and good momentum going for this number 2 machine right now. But it's Matt Tuck trying to impress early on here in the DRL Summer Series, trying to make a run at it, and Zachary Fitzwater, who has been around all 3 seasons of this series. Dylan Matthews, and now Titan Nicholas has moved back up into the top 5 as he's trying to get back to the lead where he started, but now Parrish is gotten around by Matt Tuck, and he's going to take the lead in that 19 Penrite machine. Parrish going to fall back all of these spots in just one corner, basically, as Nicholas goes by him for 4th, and Parrish goes from 1st to 5th, and considerably off the back of Nicholas already in just one lap. That's the power of the inside lane here at Darlington. Is now Fitzwater going to the lead, and Matt Tuck's going to get hung out to dry as the freight train continues.
The NR 2003 veteran himself, it's Zachary Fitzwater out to the race lead. We've seen that the outside lane has now gone from the dominant one to the exact opposite. You're seeing cars fall back a lot more quickly on that outside lane as Fitzwater continues to lead over the 6 of Dylan Matthews. Right now, they're going to stay single file, but I'm sure that we're going to see some more moves ramping up as Titan Nicholas now looking to the inside of Dylan Matthews.
Nicholas has just got a nose to the underneath the quarter panel of Matthews. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway, and I don't know if Nicholas is going to be able to pull this one off. because Matthews is going to get a really good run up there. Off of turn number 4, she's going to go right back by the 23 of Titan Nicholas. Matt Tuck looking to try and make a move somewhere, but it's just too clogged here. And Will Parrish also just right in behind. It's still these top 5 all running together. As we took a look at the back of the field, Colin Bear and the 18 still in the back. Ryan Durrani, who started back in 10th, and Leonard Kochmer. They're all way off the pace compared to the 14 here of Rogel Dorn, who runs 21st. They're all at least a second behind the 14. So something odd up with these last 3. They shouldn't be a trouble for the leaders at all. They're not that slow, but still a shame to see the bad runs going on there. But sometimes you got good ones, sometimes you got bad ones, and it's just not a good day here at Darlington for guys like Colin Bear.
I mean, that's a really tough break for Kochmer. I mean, winning the first race of the season at the Coca-Cola 600, running third to last right now. Granted, there's only 25 cars in the field, but still a very rough break for him. Not a rough break, though. Titan Nicholas looking for a move on the inside of Dylan Matthews as Fitzwater continues to lead in this pack of 5. It's Fitzwater, Matthews, Nicholas, Tuck, and Parrish.
And needless to say, getting halfway through this DRL Southern 500, it looks like it's going to be these 5 at the battle for the win. They've all pulled away from Reggie Fogelman here. Angel Gutierrez and Bernardo de Oliveira have not made up time at all on any of these guys. And it looks like we've just found the class of the field here in the top 5. Nicholas lagging back a little bit, though. Had trouble getting through turns 1 and 2 there, but Matt Tuck couldn't quite make a move. As the rest of the top 10, we're looking David Dixon, Matthew Hubert's fallen back to the 10th spot after challenging for the lead early on as well. But still, just like if you've heard the saying before, it's perfect description of Darlington. There's only 1.5 lanes of racing track, but you can't pass in half a lane, so that's why it's so hard for these guys to make up ground when you lose spots like this, like Dylan Matthews is, going back to the 5th position from 2nd now, as Parrish, Tuck, and Nicholas all get by, and Nicholas is back to hounding the back of Fitzwater.
Nicholas looking back for that race lead, and I know it's a little bit early to talk now, but the number 5 of Reggie Fogelman did close in that last lap by a quarter of a second, looking at the timing this time by, as we see now, Tuck looking for 3rd place. Fogelman moving back in again. They're starting to close in, making this group of 5 into a group of 10.
Just all a little bit strung out, but Reggie Fogelman, slowly but surely, he's catching the back of Matthews, and you can see the gap easily closing down visually. Gutierrez is right on the back of the 5 as well, following him everywhere he goes, but Matt Tuck still trying to make a move on second work on Titan Nicholas, and he's still not having any success doing it as these tires wear out here at Darlington. This track is an old track, and as the tires wear, it becomes harder and harder and harder to make a pass on a track that's already been just so tough. And that's why Fitzy's been able to stay out front these last few laps. But if I hold my tongue, Titan Nicholas is going to go right back to the inside for the lead on lap number 24.
And Fitzwater sliding back 1, 2, 3 spots in one corner. Dylan Matthews looking for the 4th position now, just off of one corner about being on the outside. We have a move now for the 6th position.
Yeah, that's David Dixon going to the inside of the Oliveira. That's actually for 8th, but they're still going to be side by side off of turn 4, and that's going to lose time to what's now become the top 7 of all stuck together here, led by Titan Nicholas now. Matt Tuck in 2nd as they come to 12 laps to go this time by, as they go down the back straightaway. But only 12 laps to go here at Darlington in the DRL Southern 500. Time is running out very quickly, quicker than you might think, but Matt Tuck feels like the time is now. He's just got a really bad run through turn 4 there. He's going to lose a car length or so to Titan Nicholas and try and reel him back in next time around. But Will Parrish's other idea is pushing Tuck up the track.
I lost count of positions there, so I'm not losing count. Will Parrish looking at the lap count. He knows that there's not an extreme amount of time left. Dylan Matthews now looking to the inside of Parrish for the 3rd position. These guys know that they have to get up front on these worn tires and try and make something happen before the end of this race. They're coming to 11 laps to go.
And that was a really, really good run through the corner for Matthews. Didn't allow Parrish to get any momentum on that outside lane, and that is going to be terrible for Will Parrish. He's going to drift back to 7th here. And it looks like David Dixon's might even catch him before they get to turn 3. Oh my goodness, and almost contact there from the 17 and the 2. And Parrish is just sliding around back there. He's going to fall to the very back of the top 10 now. As Matt Tuck still right on the rear bumper of Titan Nicholas. Is he going to use that bumper a little bit? Use the chrome horn to push Titan Nicholas up the track, but the 23 will not budge.
Starting to see groups of 2 right here. It's Titan Nicholas and Matt Tuck over Dylan Matthews and Zachary Fitzwater. Just by a few car lengths right now. They're still going to be in this one to battle, but you're seeing this, what was group of 10, now starting to string back out again.
And Nicholas is going to, it's just in a game of a tug of war here between Nicholas and Matt Tuck. Nicholas gains a little bit of time here, but now Matt Tuck is right back on his bumper in that 19, and before you know it, Dylan Matthews and Zachary Fitzwater are going to be right there. Reggie Fogelman has slowly but surely gotten his way up into this 5th spot, and he's putting his card into the table. But Nicholas trying to shut all of that down. He's got another car length on Matt Tuck now as Tuck is sliding around everywhere. Matthews is going to get right under. No, not quite. Matt Tuck, good defense there. He's going to hold his line and not allow the 6 to get under him. As it's single file between the top 5, but they're oh so close, and I think they will be right down to the end here at Darlington, as it's 7 laps to go at the line.
Titan Nicholas from pole continues to lead with 7 to go. Matt Tuck trying to close this one in. Dylan Matthews looking to the inside, not making a move yet. They know they have to get back up to Titan Nicholas if they really want a shot to win this, and that's the ultimate goal at the end of this one. Fogelman starting to fall off the back of this group just a little bit. Still not concerning for him yet, but he knows he's got to be up there if he wants to have a shot at it.
You know, I think like guys like Matt Tuck, Reggie Fogelman might have used up all their stuff already. Fogelman had to claw his way just to get up to this group of 4 here. And Matt Tuck has just been on the attack of Titan Nicholas for at least 10 laps now, trying to get past him when he was 2nd and when he was 1st. But he's still giving it another go. Just into turn 3 is not the right spot. And Titan Nicholas is once again going to pull away out of the corner. That car is really good off the exit, and it's really, really helping Titan Nicholas try and win from the pole here. Dylan Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater still biding their time, but 5 laps to go here around this 1.36 mile oval. It's not going to have much of a shot if they continue to stay 3rd and 4th like this.
And while it might not be surprised to see some of these guys at front like Titan Nicholas, I have to remind you, this is Matt Tuck's 2nd ever race in the series compared to guys like Titan Nicholas, Dylan Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater, and Reggie Fogelman. These guys are all veterans compared to this just being his 2nd start, looking to the inside for the race lead.
Matt Tuck to the inside in turn number 2. Nicholas is still going to stay out of the wall, but it's going to be side by side down the back straightaway. And it's going to be Fitzwater looking for 3rd behind them, 2 by 2. As they come to 3 laps to go, it's going to be Matt Tuck taking the lead away in the number 19 Penrite Ford Mustang. Nicholas hangs on to 2nd off the outside, and he's going to have to try and grasp and desperately get back up to the back of Matt Tuck. 3 laps to go now. Matthews was able to hold on to the 3rd spot from Fitzwater, and this has allowed Fogelman to get right back with these 4 as well. But nose to tail, throw these guys under a blanket as Nicholas looks to the inside again, and Tuck blocks him off.
Did Tuck make his move too early? I mean, he made it with just under 4 laps to go. Trying to hold him off now. 2 laps to go left in the DRL Southern 500. Titan Nicholas looking to the inside.
Contact.
Just makes contact. Pushes him up the track. Now the time is going to the inside.
And they're all sliding around everywhere. The tires are worn, and this is when the drivers are at their best. Titan Nicholas to the inside for the lead once again, putting the same move that Matt Tuck put on him. And it's going to work for the 23 as he goes back to the point, coming from the white flag. Tuck's going to have a run back at him. They're going to be in a dead heat at the line. But Titan Nicholas is going to have the advantage through turns 1 and 2, and Matt Tuck is going to watch his hopes of winning this one drift away. It's up to Zachary Fitzwater now to try and make a last-second run, as he got around Matthews for the 2nd spot, but he's just not close enough to get to Titan Nicholas, who's going to come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Fitzwater closing in off the corner, but just not enough to make a run at the pole sitter. Titan Nicholas is not going to go flag to flag, but he still wins here in dominating fashion at Darlington. Titan Nicholas manages to hold 5 other guys off right at the end, and holds on to win this one. The DRL Southern 500 from Darlington, that was an exciting one, especially at the end. We were treated to some great racing and some great passing there from these guys. They were side by side, 2 by 2, coming to the final few laps, and it all pays off for Titan Nicholas in that 23. He's going to take the win here in the second race of 8 in this DRL Summer Series. Wins are really important in this series. They can get you in a good, in a good spot to capture some momentum. And if you string a few top 5s together like Bradley Ream did last year, you can hold on for the entire series. So we'll have to see if this is the start of a good run for Titan Nicholas.
I mean, from pole to race victory, and it wasn't like he pulled away and just did it easily. He had to fight for it, and he fought for it. He got the results done. He takes away the race win. Zachary Fitzwater, strong run for him. He comes in second, followed by Dylan Matthews, Reggie Fogelman, and Matt Tuck, who just slipped away in the final few laps there. Anthony Rodriguez started on the front row, finishes 2 seconds behind the next closest car in 24th. Don't know what happened to him. I can only assume that he hit the wall because losing that much pace that's a kind of extraordinary in its own right. But very strong run from Titan Nicholas. Congratulations on the win.
Also got to mention Leonard Kochmer down in the 18th spot after winning Coca-Cola. He's certainly not going to be in the points lead after this one. It's going to be one of these guys that managed to finish up top 12, top 10, maybe even top 5 in both races to start the year off. I don't think any of these guys were able to do it like Bradley Ream did last year. But anyways, the top 10 to end this one out. Titan Nicholas taking home the win 1300ths of a second ahead of Zachary Fitzwater in second. Dylan Matthews, Reggie Fogelman, Matt Tuck the top 5, and they were the ones in it to win it at the very end. No one else could beat them. David Dixon came home 6th, though. Will Parrish 7th after going for the lead and just having it slip away from him, salvages a P7. Bernardo de Oliveira 8th. Derek McLean comes home in the 9th spot, and Angel Gutierrez completes the top 10. Now, that'll do it from Andrew and I here at Darlington. Thank you. And our next race will be at the Texas Motor Speedway, so we'll see you then, down to the points.